I'm Marty Cohn, and welcome to episode 8 of Rotary Cares, a monthly show that answers every question you could possibly have about Rotary International and more. Rotary is a global network of 1.2 million neighbors, friends, leaders, and problem solvers that come together to make positive change in your community and around the world. Established over 110 years ago, there are now 35,000 plus clubs all over the world. Rotary's motto is service above self, and we adhere to a 4-way test, an ethical guide for Rotarians to use in their personal and professional lives. The test has been translated into over 100 languages. Of the things we think, say, or do, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? In Brattleboro, we have 2 Rotary clubs. The Brattleboro Rotary Club meets for lunch on Thursdays at the American Legion, and the Brattleboro Sunrise Club meets for breakfast also at the American Legion on Wednesdays. Today, we will be discussing gift giving, local gift giving. Our guests are Brattleboro Rotary Club gift giving chair, Bill Vermouth, and Brattleboro Rotary Club golf tournament chair, Cathy Coonan. Welcome, Bill.
Thank you, Marty.
Thanks for coming on the show.
It's my pleasure.
Okay, well, let's get right down to it. How long have you been a member of Rotary?
In a few months, I'll be in the Brattleboro Rotary Club for 32 years.
32 years. What did you start when you were 12?
Yes, that's correct. Spread that around.
And why did you join?
My boss at the time, Jerry Sears, asked me to join. He was in the Rotary Club, and my family had always been involved in community service. I was coming off a stint working with the Boy Scouts of America, so continuing through Rotary for community service seemed like a natural event and evolution for me.
That's great, and you've been a very active member. Over the years, so you've been chairing our gift-giving committee. Do you have any idea how much money have we given as a club to local nonprofits?
I look back at this year and how much we gave, and it was so far this year $40,000 and $40,500. If you look over the last 25 years in today's dollars, that works out to a little over $1 million. Our club has been in existence for 67 years, extrapolating it out in today's dollars, a little over $2 million we've given back to the local community.
Wow. Now, when we're talking about the local community, we're talking about local nonprofits. Do you have any idea how many local nonprofits do you think have been the recipient of our gift giving?
Last year we gave out to about 37 different nonprofit organizations. But we also give in other ways too, Marty. We give in service projects. Recently we've had painting projects, trash cleanup projects. We have done improvements to our local parks. Other projects that we do to help the community. We have at Christmas time a reach out to area caregivers to make sure that seniors that may not receive anything for Christmas will get a Christmas gift.
So again, as a service club, you know, we do those projects, and I think people can actually see us sometimes doing those projects, especially when we're wearing our brand new yellow T-shirts to do that. But I think a lot of people don't realize how much money we're also donating at the same time. How do we determine that? How do we determine who gets money?
How much money we give out and who gets it. How much we give out is easy. Every year we raise money and we give it all out. So that's an easy formula to follow. We have several fundraisers that are earmarked. For example, we have a fundraiser and we earmark all the proceeds for the local Feed the Thousands food bank organization. We also have a fundraiser for earmarking the funds to local youth for college scholarships. Our gift-giving committee reviews area community organizations. They were responsible for a donation list of about 30 organizations from their work. We also have on our website, BrattleboroRotaryClub.org, a gift-giving application form, and organizations can use that to request larger donations as well.
That's really great. Go back a step in what you were talking about in terms of how the money is raised. In terms of the fundraisers that we have, that raise this money. One big fundraiser we're going to be talking about with Cathy, the golf tournament. But we also, during the course of the year, we raise monies as well.
You're right. But by far, the golf tournament that Cathy will be discussing later is our largest fundraiser. We have our annual Christmas tree sales. All the proceeds from that event are given to area students for college scholarships. We have some in-club fundraisers for the Feed the Thousands that we spoke of before. Next month, we have a fundraiser at the Brattleboro Welcome Center on Route 91. And later in July, we have a new annual car show event, Brattleboro on Wheels. And I believe that's coming right up, and it will be held this year at the Retreat Farm. Currently, we're exploring other new fundraisers for the fall, so we'll have to look forward to new endeavors that we'll be undertaking.
And what's really cool about that is not only do we have a good time raising the money, I mean but all the money that we raise, except for a little bit, most of it goes right out to help area the area nonprofits, which is really a fantastic thing. Now, I was remiss in dubbing you the chair of the gift giving. You are the chair of the gift giving, but you're also about to become the president of the club.
That's true.
I want to acknowledge that. Are you looking forward to what's going to be your? I know it was a rigorous election season in terms of running for the office.
It was a very hard campaign. Yes.
And we were up till late in the evening counting the votes, but
luckily, as the only candidate, counting wasn't that difficult.
But what ideas, so you've been in the club for 32 years. You've seen a lot of changes in the 32 years, but you've got a lot of experience. Any thoughts in terms of as you get ready to embark on President Bill?
We do a lot that's very right in our club. Compared to other organizations, we're way ahead of some of our fellow clubs and how we're organized. We have a lot of dedicated individuals. We were just looking at statistics. We had the majority of our members have been in the club over 20 years, which shows a real dedication of individuals. It kind of goes into why I've been a Rotarian. And, I do look forward to being the president and to develop our club internally and make sure that we have good leaders and good leaders to follow some of the members that have been in the club for over 20 years. To me, the best part of Rotary is giving back to the community, but also working with friends and some amazing individuals, not only on our local community level, but in the international. We are putting our toes into a number of international projects, and it's fun to see the effect that our small club and myself in a small way can have on the world. I get a great sense of accomplishment from being a member in the Rotary Club. It's really a thrill to see others advancing and with their projects and how Rotary International has advanced, most notably recently with the Polio Plus to wipe out polio in our lifetime.
It's great. Now, so looking back over the 32 years, is there a favorite memory? What's the best memory of being a Rotarian? Some fun thing that you did?
I think without a doubt there was some work projects that I remember very vividly. I remember once with a hands-on carpentry project, and Art Greenbaum, a very accomplished craftsman in the woodworking arena, was telling me, he said, "Bill, I need you to cut this." He goes, "Do you know how to use a skill saw?" I said, "Yes." And he goes, "Okay." And he looks down at me and he goes, "Let me show you." And then he went right through and explained how to use a skill saw, just in case I wasn't aware. And I did leave with all my digits,
right.
And so thanks, Art, for that. But it's the hands-on projects that I really remember the best, and having a good time, and that's really the thrust. And not only special projects, but really on a weekly basis. I always considered Rotary being a oasis out of the business week, that we go to the meetings and there's a lot of friendships that are there, camaraderie, and it's just a fun time.
It really is. You know, a lot of people, we used to have a thing where we would have a Rotary Club songbook, but now we've gone to Rotary jokes, and everybody takes a turn at telling a joke and giving a Rotary minute. But it is a lot of fun. I agree with you. I look forward to it myself every week, and you get to brag and again, there's another way that we're raising money. Brags, you didn't mention that.
We have a number of ways that we raise funds within the club, and brags is our term for being able to stand up and to acknowledge someone else's accomplishment or your own accomplishment, and the club gets a amount of money every time you do that. We also have some good-hearted fining that goes on, and so we can fine a member for anything at any time. The fine is all of 10 cents, so it's all in good humor, and we have a good time with it.
And it's amazing, for that 10 cents, how much people will defend themselves so they don't have to pay the 10 cents, but what happens in the end?
There is always a vote, and either the member is fined or not fined, depending on the outcome of that vote.
And it's a hard way to earn 10 cents, but that's how we do it. Bill, thanks so much for taking the time to be on the show.
Thanks for having me here today, Marty.
We'll be right back with our guest, Cathy Coonan, but first, this brief message from Rotary International. We'll be right back.
Possibilities are all around us. Everywhere we look, we see opportunity. We see potential in unexpected places. And when we share our knowledge, vision, and connections, we turn great ideas into action. In communities all around the world that we call home. Like transforming an old bus to feed hungry children, or providing life-saving equipment to those who need it most. From fighting disease to rebuilding schools, together we can make real change happen. We're Rotary. We are people of action. Get involved today at Rotary.org.
Welcome back to Rotary Cares, a monthly show that answers every question you have about Rotary International and more. Our guest is Cathy Coonan, the chair of the Brattleboro Rotary Club Golf Tournament. Welcome, Cathy.
Thanks, Marty.
So, as I asked Bill, how long have you been involved with Rotary?
I've been in Rotary since January of 1991, so just over 27 years.
Wow. So you started back when you were 10. That's incredible.
That's right.
And how did you come to join the club?
Actually, it was a former Rotarian, Tom Fegley, invited me to go to the meetings a few times, and I'd known a little bit about Rotary, but not a lot. And I just really enjoyed the meetings. I enjoyed meeting the people, the fellowship of it, and they did so much in the community, and it just seemed a good fit for me. Great. And so when I was asked to join, I've joined, and I went through as secretary and president, and here I am 27 years later.
That's right. Now, actually, when you joined, now women were allowed in the club.
Yes, I believe it was 1989, so I was just a couple of years after.
Okay, so you were the second female president or the first?
The second.
The second.
I was
Mara
the
Williams,
second.
I think, was the first.
That's correct.
That's really fantastic, and you've stuck with it now. So let's talk golf. Let's talk golf. Now, you are a golfer, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yeah, not a great one, but I love the game.
You know what? Very few people say that they're a great golfer. I play golf. That's
it's the fun of it.
I play golf myself. I consider myself an environmentalist because I'm in the beach. I go to the sand. I'm in the woods. I'm in the water. But that's another story. But how many years has the Brattleboro Rotary Club golf tournament taken place?
Okay, we're coming on this year in June is our 43rd year.
Wow.
So it started in 1975.
Now, do you have any idea how did it get started?
Yeah, actually I do. It was a former Rotarian, Hank Olson, and Hank started it. It's funny, he started it not really as a fundraiser. It was more of a, Rotarians who like to play golf, you get together with a tournament. And I'm going to say for quite a while it was, if they made extra money, which they always did, then they would give it out. It would go back to Rotary for gift giving or whatever. And that continued that way for quite a while until I can remember after I joined. And at that one point, another Rotarian, Jim Lewis, said, we should be making this into a fundraiser. We could really make some money on this tournament. And we did that. So it really changed the whole flavor. I can remember Hank would throw, at the end of the tournament, we'd all go in and we'd have dinner afterwards, and he'd throw a golf ball to someone at the table, and you had to tell them what your most interesting shot of the day was. It could be the best, it could be the worst, it could be anything. And then after we took it on, we had a committee was formed, and great committee members, and they just went out and started raising, I'm going to say probably an average of $20,000 to $25,000 a year at the time.
Wow. So when did you get started with the tournament?
My first tournament was the year that I joined in 1991.
Wow.
So I played in it at that point, and then I was asked, then this committee formed, and I joined the committee and just loved it. And I was a committee member, and then that was when Charlie Miller and Sherry Penfield co-chaired it at the time, and then Sherry and I began co-chairing it, and then I became the chair.
Wow, and you do such a great job. Now, do you have any idea, have you ever thought how much money, like you said, $25,000, how much money do you think that we've raised?
Well, I thought about this, and I went and I figured out how much. It was probably an average in the beginning of $1,500 to $2,000 a year. So I really think it's been close to $700,000 since it first started.
Holy mackerel! Now where did the money go?
Oh, okay. We have for a long time we were. Our focus was kind of on youth initiatives. Youth and sports really is what it started when we started the big committee.
Right.
And so we've had a really great relationship with the town. Living Memorial Park was one thing we really like to do projects there. And I actually had a list because I'll never remember all of them, but we did the water park playground at the park. That was a 2-year project. That was a great project. We did the hockey scoreboard. We did the hockey system, putting in heating into the bleachers.
Wow.
Snow guns for the ski hill. We did that one year. Playground equipment. But then we didn't do the town every year. We would also, like one year we did the judges stand at Harris Hill.
Wow.
Yeah, and let's see, school projects based on sports, area schools, they would ask for maybe bleachers or a hot dog stand to be built, and we would support some of the area schools on that. The walking trail at West River Park was a great project.
Yeah.
And the winter sports program at the school. And then, it got to be kind of tough. The hardest thing for our golf committee every year, I think, was trying to decide who are we going to support this year?
Right.
And it's probably what took most of our time was trying to come up with a project. And so in 2013, we decided to do a project with Brattleboro Memorial Hospital for their emergency department,
Right.
their campaign. And we also made the decision to do it on a 5-year basis. And it's just worked out really great. Last year was our final year. We actually had pledged $75,000. We ended up giving over 110. But every year we've also committed $5,000
Right.
for our gift giving committee. So that committee can give it out. We try to have it so it's local youth initiatives.
Sure.
We've always been focused on youth. We thought, children use the emergency department, so it may not be sports, but it's changed a little bit. And so that's just worked out really well.
Now,
So,
the other thing about it is you've got a really hardworking committee,
Yeah.
but the club as a whole participates.
that's a good point. It's actually a mandatory project in our club is to be at the golf tournament. We have people who will be out there on holes during the day running some of our, we have a ball on the green on hole number 16, and they have to man that. They're there in the morning, registration, they're putting up signs, T signs.
Right.
There's a lot of things to get involved with, helping out at our dinner that night. We actually have all of our Rotarians come to the dinner, or whoever can.
Right.
So yeah, we couldn't do it without our entire club.
Now, and also because he's not sitting here anymore, Bill is very active in terms of the raffle and the silent
especially
auction.
the silent auction. Bill puts a tremendous amount of time into the silent auction, and I think for the past few years we've raised between $4,500 and $5,000 on that silent auction. It's a big part of our tournament, and I know it's a tremendous amount of work. And Bill's constantly changing it. A couple of years ago, he started the silent auction at our club.
Right.
A few weeks before to get it started. It's helped a lot. And Marty, I can't forget you. You started selling raffle tickets, which has also been great. We've sold more raffle tickets than ever.
It goes to a good cause. So what happens is between the silent auction, the raffle tickets, the mulligans, people playing, sponsors.
Sponsors, it's
right?
the big part.
A big part of
Yes.
it. That's just a lot of money that's going to the community, and all for a good cause and a good time.
And a good time. It's a lot of fun.
It really is.
Yeah.
You did such a great job. Now this year, it's going to be on Thursday, June
7th.
June 7th.
Yes.
Okay. Walk me through the day. What does the day look like?
Okay. So it's at the Brattleboro Country Club.
Okay.
So the golf committee actually gets there. We start probably around 9 o'clock because there's a lot of things. Bill gets there to set up his silent auction tables. People are there putting out signs. We're getting registration together. Mm-hmm. Our registration starts at 11 o'clock. We have people coming in at 10:30. They can come in and hit balls at the driving range early. Mm-hmm. So the people start to flow in. It's a pretty busy time at the club. We give a bag lunch at registration, and so people enjoy their lunch out on the deck. Then we have a shotgun start at 12 o'clock, and we go out and have a great time. We are usually in, it actually runs pretty smoothly, pretty fast. We're usually in by 5 o'clock, sometimes even earlier than that, but usually the last one is at 5 o'clock.
Right.
And then we have our dinner. Our Rotarians join us for the dinner.
Right.
We sell raffle tickets then. And then basically we have our dinner, and then we have our awards for the golfers that day. We thank all of our sponsors, and we do the raffle and the silent auction. And then it's pretty much
Now there are also prizes, right? Bet longest shot.
Yes. There's
The typical
the
things.
typical ones. Closest to the pin, men and women. Longest drive, men and women. That I think is. I think that's what we have for prizes. And then of course.
Let me ask you this: Have you won any prizes?
Have I won any prizes?
Yeah, you're the golfer.
Yes, I have in the past. But I'll tell you, the best way to win a prize is to know how to pick a team.
Aha.
And I have picked some pretty good teams in the past. I haven't really been in the winning team for the past few years, but in the past I've won some, but it's certainly not from anything I've done.
Well, you have a chance on June 7th.
Yes.
By the way, how much does it cost to play?
It's $125 per player unless you sign up for a foursome, and then it's $460.
And in terms of signing up, I could go on the website to sign up or contact you?
Yes, actually we have a brochure out there, and you can this year Gina Pattison is the contact to sign up, but if anybody calls me, I'd be happy to sign you up.
Okay,
Absolutely.
well, we play rain or shine. It's always most of the time. It's been pretty
most
good.
of the time it has been pretty good.
That's right, because it never rains on a golf course, and especially the Brattleboro Rotary Country Club. So, last question for you, Cathy. What's the best thing for you about being a Rotarian?
I think I have to say it's the fellowship. It's the fellowship of the club. It's great to go and meet for lunch once a week. I love that part of it. But also working on projects with fellow Rotarians. I mean, you get to really know someone when you're selling Christmas trees, or you're painting with them, or you're putting on decks. Mm-hmm. But also, I love, being on vacation and meeting other Rotarians. I mean, it gives you something in common. So, and you discuss their club and what they do versus ours. It's great. That's the best part of it for me.
You've actually run into a lot of...
Yes, I have actually.
You have
had
a pretty
some
good record
stories
about that. This is some good stories.
Yeah.
Well, again, I want to thank you for taking the time to come on the show.
You're welcome.
I would also like to thank Bill Vermouth for being here earlier. And a shout out to Sunrise Rotarian Kevin Yeager, who's doing all the magic behind the cameras. I also want to thank BCTV and especially Roland Boyden for helping us bring this show to you. If you have any questions, concerns, or even ideas for future shows, send them to info@BrattleboroRotaryClub.org, info@BrattleboroRotaryClub.org. I'm Marty Cohn. Thanks for watching.